Hey guys, welcome to the workout shake presentation. This presentation is based on information from the Precision Nutrition Certification Manual 2nd edition, and it's also just a bit of a broken down version of Doug Larson's presentation on workout shakes from the Barbell Shrug podcast. So let's get into it. Why do I want to workout shake? I'm going to feel less tired before, during, and after training sessions. I'm going to train harder, lift heavier, go faster, recover from training sessions a lot more effectively, gain strength between training sessions, less likely to get injured because I'm not going into my training sessions pre-fatigued, and I'm less likely to be all achy. How's it going to achieve this? It's going to achieve this through refueling and repair. So refueling in the form of glycogen repletions, so your muscles use glycogen to function, so we want to get that back into the muscle as soon as possible, and repair using protein to make you bigger and stronger. What you want to put in your shake are basically 4 supplements. So I know we've got 5 here, but you're going to choose one of either your whey protein or your branched chain amino acids, and that's going to go in along with your dextrose and then your beta-alanine. And then with that you've got your creatine. So I've chosen the True Protein brand because, well, for a few reasons. Seen some athletes get a lot of success with it. It's reasonably priced and it's an Australian brand. So your calories are going to come from, like I said, either your whey protein or your BCAAs, along with your dextrose. And then you've got your basic supplements of your beta-alanine and creatine. How much? Dextrose, you're looking at 0.5 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. That's really going to depend on your goals. If you're actively trying to gain weight, you're going to be more towards the 1 gram. If you just need something to help you recover and keep you training, you're looking at more of 0.5 gram. Protein is 1.5 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight, and this is a recommendation for your day, not necessarily your shake. Remember, supplements are exactly that. They're there to supplement what should already be a balanced nutrition plan. So if you have nailed your protein intake for that day, you maybe only need 30 to 40 grams of protein in your shake. If your nutrition plan is far from a plan at all, then it's going to have to vary. But for the most part, you're probably looking at between 30 to 40 grams. Creatine is more of a broad prescription of 5 grams. That's going to work for almost everybody. If you want to really get into that, you can get a bit of variation on it, but it's probably only going to be about 1 gram or so, depending on your body weight. And then you've got your beta-alanine, which is 1 gram per 20 kilograms of body weight. Prep. Make sure you prep it. It's a lot of bags to be carrying around. You're more likely to take it if it's just ready to go in a shake. So prep some shaker bottles or some baggies and just have them in your gym bag or in your car ready to go when you head into your session. Okay, so sugar or dextrose. Sugar equals glycogen. So we want that glycogen repletion for our muscle, for fuel for our muscle, like we spoke about earlier. And sugar is also insulin. So insulin is a hormone that causes you to store things, basically. And it's going to help you shuttle protein into the muscle as well. So we got here dextrose. Dextrose and glucose are the same things. They're synonyms for each other. So if I call it glucose, I apologize, but it's the same thing. And pretty much in terms of price, you want dextrose because for 30 to 40 servings of dextrose, you should pay about $10 versus a Gatorade supplement, you're paying, probably more than triple that. But not only that, pure dextrose is what we want for our glycogen repletion, and that's going to be the most effective one. Whereas Gatorade has sucrose syrup, glucose, and fructose syrup. So what we're worried about here, or what is not necessarily ideal for recovery, is our sucrose syrup. So sucrose is primarily going to go straight to your liver, not necessarily your muscles. So not only will you pay more, but it's not going to be as effective as something like dextrose. So try and stick with the supplement of dextrose. Also, try and stay away from any sort of blend of dextrose with this and that, because more than anything, a blend of something with dextrose in it is going to be a lot more expensive. It's just pure sugar. If you're paying more than $10, you're paying too much. Protein. Protein equals muscle. So basically, any complete protein source, there's going to be about 20 or so amino acids. And there's 3 that we want that are going to help us build muscle. And they are isoleucine, leucine, and valine. So that's why you can choose either a whey protein isolate or a BCAAs, because these 3 things here are what we want to build muscle. The only really deciding factor here is going to be taste and cost. So this whey protein isolate, it's been cut off a little bit, but it's $53 for 33 servings, and this is $35 for 50 servings. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of variation in the branch chain amino acids, so it's ultimately going to be up to you which one you get. Obviously, you have to want to drink it, so that's going to play a big role. Like if you want something that tastes more like a chocolate milkshake before or after your workout, then, you know, whey protein's probably for you. If you don't care, BCAAs. The only thing I found on the site was they didn't appear to have a flavored version of BCAAs. That's a bit of an issue. You definitely don't want an unflavored version of your BCAAs because it tastes far from ideal. So try and find a flavored version for around the same cost. But yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, if the numbers are tracking along the same ones as these here, then you're good to go. Okay, so creatine equals more strength. And with more strength comes more responsibility. With more strength, basically you're going to be able to handle heavier loads. Obviously, you'll be more powerful, you'll be faster, and you'll have a lot more endurance, muscular endurance. The easiest way to think of this is it's going to turn a set of 3 into a set of 4. So like a 3 rep max into a 4 rep max. And if you can do that over a number of sessions over the year, that equates to a hell of a lot more strength. Not an overly expensive supplement either, so you're looking at $15 for 50 servings, pretty good. Definitely don't want to be paying much more than that. BETA-ALANINE equals muscular endurance. So if you want to geek out about it, scientifically, it's the rate-limiting substrate in the production of carnosine, which is an intramuscular buffer. So when you're burning carbohydrates, doing lots of reps, you build up that muscle burn or that, that acidity. This buffers that. So if you supplement this, you'll basically be able to go harder for longer. It's a good supplement for anyone looking to do more work in less time, basically. Anyone running full-speed sprints with short rest intervals will benefit from this supplement. Again, not overly expensive, $30, 50 servings. This doesn't really have a flavor to it, but it will make you feel a little tingly. Research shows that that's no big deal, but you just need to be aware that that's going to happen. Don't freak out, man. So when to have your shake? Well, the answer is it depends. Before, during, or after, they all work. If you want to have it before, I'd usually recommend having it during the strength phase, and then by the time you hit your Metcon, you're good to go. During, yeah, again, you can just have it, sip it as you're going along through your workout. After, if you don't like having something in your stomach before you work out, then stay away from it. But if you're doing something like coming from work and you haven't eaten since lunchtime, then maybe you want to do something like have it on the way to your workout session, so you've got something in your stomach, you've got some calories in there to burn, something to work off when you're doing your workout. The only other thing you need to keep in mind is you're not going to have it on your off days. The only things you will have on your off days are your creatine and your beta-alanine. You're trying to let these build up in your system. So if you do have something like a competition away or an away game or something like that, you've already got the creatine, beta-alanine built up in your system, so you're going to feel the effects of those during the session. You don't need to freak out like I don't have my supplements with me. But you don't need to have, you definitely don't want to have your dextrose, and you don't need to have your protein on your off days. So how many shakes you have? Again, the answer is it depends. One is a good start to help you supplement and get you through your workouts, help you recover. If you're trying to actively gain, maybe you want to have more like 2. If you're doing 2 sessions a day, again, you might want to have 2. But you just need to either hit me up or hit up your coach and figure out what's going to work best for you. So if you have any other questions or you want to talk to me about how much to use, then just hit me up, crossfitbydesign@gmail.com. And yeah, peace.